list very, very helpful. And I just felt like the Lord wanted to go through this list because I asked the Lord, I have some relationships and family relationships that I just haven't been able to figure out. And I was discovering and realizing that some of the issues in my life that I can't seem to win over, like, you know, those addictive behaviors like television watching or food or escapism through books or other types of actions, those kinds of addictions, they stay in our lives to comfort us because we have unhealthy relationships. Because we need that comfort to manage the agitation and stress that we are experiencing by not being a powerful person in relationship with other powerful people. So I wanted to know, what is my life going to look like as I start to re-navigate some of my most significant relationships? What will it look like? What's possible? And so it's not about fixing the other person. All of us know that, right? I mean, all of us know it's not about fixing the other person. It's about learning how to become a powerful person ourselves. And how will we know when we get there? So this is James' list of ways that you will know that you have become a more powerful person. Number one is the capacity to experience a wide range of feelings deeply. When you become a person who is able to experience a wide range of emotions deeply. And then he says, and I love this, with liveliness, with joy, vigor, excitement, and spontaneity. You allow yourself to feel your authentic feelings and do not create barriers to numb the gamut of your human emotion. You allow yourself to express these feelings in appropriate ways. You are allowed to feel your feelings and express them. And you feel a range of liveliness and joy. Like, yes, right? That's good news, right? I love it. I'm super excited. Okay. Number two, the capacity to expect appropriate entitlements. That's interesting. Now that we're all offended with everyone who feels entitled, we're going, really? This is a sign of healthiness?
Can you say?
The capacity to expect appropriate entitlements. So basically what it means is you believe in yourself and you're no longer filled with angst or self-doubt. You are freely giving yourself credit where credit is due. Yes! Right? Yay! Okay. How many of us struggle with that one? Struggle with that my whole life. Not anymore. I know you don't. Give me a high five, sister. Woo! I know you don't. I love that about you, Jocelyn. Okay, 3, the acknowledgement of self-esteem. That's the third one. You now believe you are worthy and you can validate yourself regardless of external approval. What? What? I love the story about David, who raises up this ragtag band of people who were nothings, raises them up to be David's mighty men, warriors. And what happens? What happens to this mighty band of people faithful to a king, or well, a guy who's going to become king? What happens? They all abandon him and blame him. And you know what the next verse says? And I love this, because David comes home and finds all of the warriors that he's just invested the last, was it 2 decades? Do you know this? Because you know everything. Okay, no. Anyone else know? He's invested all these years into these soldiers, into this army, and their wives and their families, and they all abandon him and they blame him for the trouble that they're in. And then the next verse is a life-changing verse, and it says, and so David strengthened himself in the Lord. That is what we are learning to become, a powerful people who learn how to strengthen ourselves in the Lord. Yes. The capacity for self-activation and assertion. That means that you're able to identify your dreams and desires, and you are able to actually pursue them. Like, how many of us, like, let go of the dreams? Wouldn't know a dream if it hit us in the face. So, He's trying to make it bigger. We'll just scooch it closer. You're doing great, babe.
I'm trying to go as quick as I can.
Oh, nice. The ability to soothe painful feelings. When life creates painful situations, you are able to comfort yourself and not wallow in misery. True story, good stuff. Next one, the ability to make and stick to commitments. I know, right? Aren't you so excited about this for me? Because see, I have every intention of keeping our house cleaner than it is. It's a commitment that I like to make to myself, and I fail myself all the time. And so if you find yourself unable to keep the commitments that you make to others and to yourself, that's just a symptom that there are wounds in your life that are hiding you from your true powerful self. Isn't that exciting? It's like, oh, I just have wounds that need to be healed so that I can discover the powerful person I really am. And so on this commitment part, when decisions are right for you, you can stick to your guns, overcome obstacles, criticism, and setback. I know, right? That's so good. Next one, creativity. Yes. You can find solutions to problems and be resourceful and replace and diffuse negatives with positives. So Greg and I had a really cool experience. Our fireworks, I ask you, can we? And then it's like, so.
It's a question I can't answer.
You can't. So he's in a no-win. So, you know, but anyway, I don't know how to solve that. So anywho, we went to fireworks, and we went to Westworld. We've never gone to Westworld before for fireworks. We've always gone to Cave Creek, but they didn't have it because there was no burn. And so any of you guys gone to Westworld for fireworks? Anybody done that? Okay, so we hadn't either, and when we Googled how to get there, we went to the wrong entrance, and there was like no access, and now all cars are backed up in all different directions. And what Greg is wanting to do, now he gets super irritated and agitated at this point. He starts to drive the car like he's a race car driver and as if nobody else on the planet exists. I used to be super offended with this.
We're under a time crunch, people. They're going to start going off.
Right. And all he's trying to do is what?
Get it done.
Take care of his family. So what he's trying to do is protect our experience. Guess how successful that is?
I think very, frankly.
Well, and this girl...
Which is why I'm doing it.
And I super appreciate your intention in it, but you cannot protect other people's experiences. And if you think that you can, you become agitated and irritated with every barrier that stands in your way. And my love language is quality time. So I don't care if we ever make it to the fireworks, I just don't want to be miserable getting there and getting back. Right? Because I recognize the reality, this is your dreamer becoming a doer, I recognize the reality, you can't control the roads, Google, and Westworld. And I don't expect you to. So see, in this, like, right, this is like where the rubber meets the road, right? So I said, honey, there's no amount of your stress or worry that's actually going to make this different. So let's just enjoy ourselves. We're on an adventure. And he's like, yeah, okay. So, you know, anyway. So he did. He was soothing himself and becoming more powerful. It was really, I was really proud. You did really, really well. You did. And so we're still just off the highway when the 5-minute warning goes off, poof, you know, and we're like, well, you know, I'm not sure how soon we're going to get there. But miraculously, we ended up zipping in, pulling into this cool field, hopping out of the truck, laying down a blanket, and we had, I don't know, a minute or two to spare.
It was actually perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
Thanks to me.
You're welcome. Thank you, yes. And it was the most beautiful experience. Now, it could have turned out horribly, but either way, this is how it turned out. This is the reality of the story. And this was the best line of the whole night, was I was like, that turned out perfect. And you said, do you remember what you said? Oh, you're so good at these things. I need to like cue you with cue cards or something. So you said the best thing. You said, I am sure it is all due to my stress and worry.
Oh, yeah.
The fireworks turned out beautifully because I stressed and worried about it. I'm sure that's why.
I did.
And so you were making fun and being hilarious, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was, you know, so I'm understanding and valuing what he's wanting to accomplish, which is to give the gift of fireworks, or timely fireworks, to his family. He's understanding my value, which is I want all of our time to be quality, so I don't want to pay 20 minutes of pain no matter what's going to happen. And so we're starting to become powerful people, so see, I'm no longer needing to coerce him into not being stressed out around me. And he's not needing to control me by telling me that I need to be stressed and worried about the situation. This is daily stuff, right? This is the life of relationships with parents. This is the stuff of marriages. This is the stuff of parent-child relationships. The missing what is really happening with another person and finding yourself able to step either into a ministry to that person or a relationship with that person and knowing the difference. If you can't live with a ministry to an unhealthy person and you must have a relationship, you are in a futile state of frustration. You have to determine whether it's possible to be in a relationship with this person or whether it must be a ministry.
Question.
Yeah. Can you run? Hang on. I love that, a question.
Okay. Can you have areas of their lives that you are in ministry to and other areas that you are in relationship with?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Anyone else want to comment on that?
Don't know.
Sorry. Is it Jesus? Is it yes? She already said it. I think there is. Go ahead.
I think it's a matter of kind of adjusting your expectations in various areas. Mm-hmm. That you go, okay, yeah, in this area, that is a relationship. It's to and fro. It's reasonable to expect certain responses from them. But if we switch into this area of life, it's different expectations.
Absolutely. And then let's talk about this. How many areas of your life? Let's think of one area in your life where you rock. Greg has an area of his life. He rocks work. The man is a machine. And he gets stuff done. He is reliable, he is faithful, he is resourceful, he is creative. He is a rock star in work. And he won't really let rain, snow, sleet, hail, or anything interfere, or family sometimes, with getting work done.
Or people, frankly.
Right, any people. Okay? So he's super great in that, but you want to shift to another area of a person's life, and it may be an area where they are not healthy. So we all have areas of our lives where we are super healthy, and then we have areas of our lives where we're not healthy, and we become just as responsible and powerful as we are healthy in each of those areas. So I think yes. Okay, and then I'm sorry, I ran over, so I'm going to wrap this up and turn it over to Lindsay and Jared here in just a second. Our last three are intimacy. Oh, intimacy. You're able to express yourself fully and honestly in a close relationship with another person with minimal anxiety about abandonment or engulfment.
Engulfment?
Yes, enmeshment. You can create emotional intimacy without fear or anxiety about being abandoned or swallowed up. Now, Greg and I figured out a way to do this. We might get better in the future, but I am a person of many words. Greg is a person of few words or no words. So I share a lot for like 20 minutes, and then he says, okay. And at that point, I want more feedback, you know, because this has just turned from my decision to share, I'm a powerful person, to now me wanting you to give me a response that makes me feel good about what I just shared. Right? Right? Wrong. I made a decision a couple of years ago. I'm going to share because I want to share. I want you to know me. In 10 years, I don't want you to be married to a stranger. So if your responses are really stinky and I'm going to try and get you to someone, I mean, I actually have written a few responses, haven't I? What are your appropriate responses when you have no idea what to say? See if he comes up with them. He is clueless, right? Right? I didn't prep you for this ahead of time, so it's not really
you
fair.
did not.
Okay, so one of them is...
I love you.
Are you ready?
Is that a
I love you. I love you is one of them. Excellent. Jesus, the Holy Spirit. And I told him...
Thank you for sharing that
Yes! Thank you for sharing! How hard is that?
Sharing.
How hard is that? Thank you for sharing.
I think there's another one, but I can't remember.
How long is this going to take? No,
Oh, yeah. How long is this going to take?
Just kidding. That's not one of them.
Can I go now?
Can I go now? No. I love you. Thank you for sharing. Like, I actually had to tell him this. You don't have to tell me more than that.
Those
you don't
don't
even have
seem
to
real to
tell
me.
what
They
you
seem
think. Fake.
yes.
But he's working on it, and he gives me meaningful looks like, which could mean I have no idea what you said after I, ... But that's okay. I chose to share, and so it changes everything, because I'm now no longer sharing for him to make me feel better about myself. I'm not sharing to be understood. I'm sharing because I want to be known. Who's in control of the outcome? Me. I'm in control of that outcome. I want to be known. I'm going to let you know me. Wow, right? Woohoo! Okay, so when we try to control things that aren't under our control, or we are living in the illusion that things are under our control that are not, that's when we become powerless people. The ability to be alone. You can, oh, you so got this down, babe. You can enjoy a relationship with yourself, be alone, and find meaning within. You are so meaningful within. And then lastly, continuity of self. This is so key. Your inner core is real and remains the same throughout trials, tribulations, life, and the aging process. I know, right? Oh, I am so spiritual and patient when my kids are not around. I am so spiritual and patient until 9 o'clock at night when there's like food that needs to be eaten. I mean, you know, like, so when you discover that you are the same person in all the different circumstances, you are a power. And so you can look at these and say, is there pain in my life that God would like to heal so that I can discover the person He made me to be? Right? Yes, that's good news. Because if that's yes to any one of these, that's a part of what we're going to be exploring next, is how do we experience the healing that we haven't experienced up to now? How do we experience the blessing that God has always meant for us to receive in our life so that we can know our true selves? So, woohoo! Yay! Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay and Jared. I love you guys.